Welcome, everyone. Oh, are we here? Yep, welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Puck Drops here. This is Peter Fife, of course. Oh, sorry about that. It's funny. I just got an email notification, and it was literally my email notifying me that I was live, which I know, of course. Got the Detroit Red Wings, who are reeling. They have lost, I believe, seven? Yeah, 7 straight games. Hey, GDD Games. They're absolutely reeling, and they need a win soon. And I'd like to see, I know they're not the old Red Wings, but the old Red Wings would always have great hello, I'm doing great. They would always have a great passing sequence. I'd like to see some speed today. I'd like to see some passing, maybe combining lines by Jeff Blashill for the Detroit Red Wings to go down the ice a lot and pass the puck a lot. Maybe Larkin, Filppula, Helm might be something good. Mickey Redmond just said, you can do everything you want to help motivate the players and whatever. Players have to find a way to motivate themselves. It's harder in COVID, but you still have to find a way to do it. And they're going to have to come away with a win here because the Red Wings were not looked to be good at all this year. They are still probably going to be bottom feeders, rebuilding, but still got to find a way to win. Watch my premiere. I missed it again. I was kind of out of it. I kind of took a day to just sit in bed. It's a little enjoyable. It's not really that much to do yet. Let me look now.
But it was on this date in 1999 that Larry Murphy set the all-time record for most games played as a defenseman. When you see this video again, what kind of thoughts roll through your head?
Well, it was a very proud moment for me. Tim Horton was an idol to me growing up. He was a great Maple Leaf defenseman. I used to watch him play all the time and to pass him. And I don't know how it happened, Keats. I got into the National Hockey League. I was just happy to be there. Just first season, 1980. And the next thing you know, I'm just hung in there.
Talk about Larry Murphy right now, who
21 seasons, and finally the numbers add up. So I'm very proud.
21 years ago.
I still to this day feel honored.
Excuse me, not 21 years ago. 22 years ago.
Could catch Larry Murphy if he plays in every game between now and the end of the season. Something to watch. The Wings of the Lightning. And with that, we join Daniels.
As I was saying, 22 years ago, he became the most games played by any defenseman. And another player who was a journeyman but later ended his career in the Motor City actually has the top spot, and that's Chris Chelios, followed by New Jersey Devils defenseman great Scott Stevens. The closest to that right now that's still playing, closest player is Zdeno Chara, and he is at 5, I believe, 5th.
As Darren Helm starts along with Luke Glendening and Adam Ernie for the Red Wings. On the back end, Nemeth.
So here we go. They dropped the puck. They missed the face-off, but they dropped the puck. For the Lightning and the Red Wings. Shen away. Ernie tries to go take the puck through, and it controlled off the wall and shot in. An early save made by Vasilevsky. Ernie with the check on Palat and taken by Braden Point, and then poke check off his stick. Stamkos there. Tonight we'll have 2 10 o'clock games. Unlike yesterday, I will not stream them. Those are Anaheim and San Jose and Los Angeles and Las Vegas. There, as a check by Larkin, Shen behind the net, as the Red Wings are playing very aggressive. But again, a lot of my teams, as I've seen the past few weeks, play exceptional first 10 minutes, don't do well, and don't score or let up a goal in the first 10 minutes, and then bottom out for the rest of the game, or for most of the game at least. As the Red Wings bring it up again and motor in through a pass, trying the backhander was spun by Christian Juice. Also something to note, though, there are 2 other 7 o'clock games, Boston and Philadelphia and Nashville and Florida, and I will broadcast the end of those as well. Let's see where they're at. They all have started, but but here's Larkin in front, Larkin behind the net, and he spins from the backhand. Controlled it, and then a slap shot by Bobby Ryan, flipped wide. Here are the Detroit Red Wings really buzzing. Larkin hands it off, Ernie shoots, and that's blocked away. The Lightning won 10 straight games. 15 straight games against the Detroit Red Wings until Detroit upset them last year and broke the streak. After they had broken the streak against the Tampa Bay Lightning in a shootout last year. In fact, after they lost to them, after the Tampa Bay Lightning beat the Detroit Red Wings in their very last playoff game in this building, the Red Wings to this date, not to this date, to this, I'm a little tired, to, when it was when they had beaten them in 2016, that has been their last playoff to today. The Red Wings won a pretty convincing game in the regular season against Tampa, but since then they had not won a game as it's handed off to Hedman and shot wide. But then last year they broke the streak, and they're looking, as of losing 2 nights ago, they're looking to get back in the win column against Tampa, back in their division as Fabry was offside.
Yeah, a couple things to look for. Well, obviously they need to get a wake-up call, get to the rink on time. It looks like they've done that.
This is the Lightning are going on a power play, not an offside. So they'll go to the man advantage. Interesting thing. This is the game, the very first game to start out of the whole out of everybody. That has a minute on Boston, Philadelphia. Has about 36 seconds on Boston, Philadelphia, and has about 90 seconds on Nashville and Florida. So we'll be able to have the ends of those games. Darren Helm spins it back to center and careening off the backhand to be taken by Nick Glendening. And Glendening looks to get it back. Here's Braden Point. Point shoots the pass right off the middle. Now controlling over Braden Point. Point hands it off. Alexander Killorn. Killorn to the line. Over for Hedman. Hedman lances it in through for Killorn. And drop behind the net. And back for Braden Point. The Lightning scored early and often in that game against Detroit. The last one, in fact, 3 goals in the first 3:30, which really cut a dagger into the hearts of Detroit, and the Red Wings cleared.
And they end up getting it clear. That's the way to outman them on the wall and come up with a scrum and a loose puck.
Back with 1 minute remaining in the power play for Tampa as it's shot in. And here's Bobby Ryan trying to take it away. Good pass by Palat. Palat from Maroon at the blue line, and Gord will shoot through. Over for Cirelli. Anthony Cirelli off a stick. Darren Helm fighting away with him. Here's Adam Ernie. Shoots and clears down the ice into Vasilevsky out of his goal. Vasilevsky hands it off to Mikhail Sergachev. Sergachev passed over to Patrick Maroon. Maroon from the left circle. He shoots behind the boards and behind the wall, tries to go to Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson, who was let up on waivers, got signed back when later in the year, in the offseason, as this pass is dumped all the way back to Andrei Vasilevsky, and now Sergachev. Who spins it over to McDonough. McDonough at center. Hands it off here, Steven Stamkos. Stamkos twirls. Stamkos winning his first cup last year as the penalty is over. Right to Stamkos' skates as Larkin could not jostle the puck away. A hit on him. The 218s, Palat and Stahl go after it, and Stahl won the race and won the battle. But the Lightning get it right back. Back pass in front. Chance there, and Larkin is able to take it. Now you go speed if you're Detroit. You really try it. And flip down the ice to Vasilevsky, who has to steer away. And here's Larkin stealing it. Larkin shoots, and an easy kick save made by Andrei Vasilevsky. Here's Larkin behind his net. Bobby Ryan stalled off, and Ryan is trying to call for a penalty. There is none. It's handed away by, I believe, Grice. Not sure. It might have been Conklin. Yes, it was Grice, actually. As the Lightning will move in, and it's Gaudreau. He is chased by Patrick Nemeth, and Nemeth will hold the puck, and it will be an icing. 3-1 shots in favor of the Red Wings.
Let's just lay out and look. Can you listen to it? I don't know if you can. Not here, but you could hear the audible groan. When Larkin went down, look at his right foot.
Scary. He was hair, which would be seriously.
Chernak back away. They're showing the Shen hit on Larkin. That almost a legal hit, but a really dangerous one. But he's not injured. He's playing in this game tonight. He's been so durable, such the perfect choice to name captain, the first Michiganite ever named captain of the Detroit Red Wings. Gaudreau dropped in behind, the second American ever. But the first North American named captain of Detroit since Steve Yzerman, his now boss, his general manager. As it's passed it away, Hedman a shot deflected up high, and a Lightning player, Coleman, went down. Puck comes to center for the Tampa version of Nicholas Lidstrom Hedman, as there's a penalty coming up against the Lightning. Not sure. It'll be a hooking call. Not positive who it's against, but there will be a penalty.
FanDuel has made it incredibly easy to bet the big game. You know what game I'm talking about. Believe me, I'm not allowed to say the word, but I'm gonna. All your favorite bets are on FanDuel Sportsbook. The coin flip, same game parlays, the first touchdown,
I'm going to look at the GDD games thing now.
users can get exclusive 55-1 odds on either team to win the FanDuel Sportsbook. More ways to win. Oh boy, my odds look big on camera.
Scores, stats, and highlights. It's Hockey It's Here, the official app of the NHL.
That's awesome. I like how it like slows down and then it brings you right into it. Like my head is literally bumping. This is awesome. Great job. I didn't like it at first, but I have really taken a liking to your non-traditional, non-logo, just word animations.
Before he was here with a hockey game at Emily Arena in Tampa Bay. This was the last time the Red Wings won in this building in the regular season, February 17th of 2011.
Detroit, we talked about the streak that the Red Wings haven't won against Tampa for whatever, 15 games or whatever, and then they broke it last year. Well, they've got a bigger streak to overcome. They haven't won. They haven't won a playoff game. Not a playoff game. They haven't won a regular season game in this building. Not playoff. Their last playoff win in this building was Game 5 in 2015. But their last regular season win in Tampa Bay came all the way back when they were not only, it was a long time ago, it was when they were back in the Western Conference. In February 2011, meaning it wasn't even in the 2011, it was in 2011 calendar year. It was the 2010 to 2011 season. As the Lightning will move on and motored over from Sorelli and pushed to center ice. Yeah, no problem. It was a Detroit power play, actually, as the Lightning cleared. Detroit really have gone cold after being decent early in the year at their power play. Final minute of play, 1 minute of play left in the man advantage. 12:26 to go in the first. Larkin runs through a check. Larkin trying to grab it, backhand pass off of Veronic's stick, and cleared down the ice. The press. Taken by John Merrill. The Lightning fans here. Let's go Lightning. There should be a decent amount of fans out there for Red Wings as the Sedina shoots and a save made by Vasilevsky. Philip Sedina, who was one of those great young players who was here early in the year and had to be sidelined because of COVID. Yes, I am back at the door. I moved in yesterday. This college starts on College starts on Monday, the day after the Super Bowl. In fact, speaking of, I'll be streaming the next Detroit game on Sunday and the Super Bowl. It should be at least. 5-on-3, they called a penalty, so 5-on-3 for the Red Wings now on power play. It's a tremendous chance to score for Detroit. Juice, let it up over for Hronick to get this back across. The Red Wings try to move it on back. A shot in front. Oh, that's skimmed off the post, and Bobby Ryan still has it. Held over for Bobby Ryan. Ryan back from it. Hronick sets it up on a cross again for Christian Juice. And a shot in front and deflected up high. 5-on-3, 7 seconds left on it, and then a good amount of time left still will remain on a 5-on-4 power play. This is the chance that nearly went through. Dylan Larkin hit the outside of the post, and it would have beaten Andre Vasilevsky and given the Detroit Red Wings a 1-0 lead.
And Larkin's going, really? Gee, come on. Oh, and he breaks his stick right off the draw.
Larkin tried to take the face-off and broke his stick off the face-off, and the 5-on-3 is over as it gets cleared down along. Bad luck. He hits the post. He breaks his stick. This is what happens in a bad hockey season sometimes. Sometimes also a good hockey season, if it's omens for things to come, as that's backhanded on across. Good things to come as Juice goes to the line, and Christian Juice gets it back over for Fabry. Fabry passed to the goal. Held on. Fabry looks for the puck. Dangling in front. Now Fabry got it to the left circle. Fabry pass in front. And off of Larkin's stick, and then the Lightning will send to center. 56 seconds left in the power play. Joseph sends it to the line, and off of McDonough's stick. And the 8th? Yes, the 8th. If that's what you meant, the 8th of February, yes. The best power play in all the league, in all the Central, is Dallas, followed by Florida, 2 teams that they got swept by. Chicago as well. So third best power play is also swept them.
But the Predators 5-on-5, 16 goals in 10 games. The Red Wings at 5-on-5.
Here's Sedina, and he'll fire this off the boards. Here comes Domestikov.
Columbus down to 12%, won't be there for long. Now the line is in the lineup.
Sedina drop off the line there. Domestikov back from the boards. Controlled it away. Backhand pass over. Gagne trying to get it through. Red Wings lost it off their stick. Got it right back. John Merrill. 20 seconds remaining on the 5-on-4 power play. Off through Merrill and down for Greiss to play. And he shoots this immediately to center. Red Wings have numbers. That's a good play. That's a good idea of a goalie playing defense. As it's chopped in from the right boards, and Sedina got it. Sedina holding. Lined it over to Merrill, to Sedina. Sedina shoots. They score just as the power play ended. Domestikov a chip in front. And Greiss bites it in the assist. It's Greiss to Hronick. Then they drop it off, and Domestikov in front tips this puck right over the blocker side of Andre Vasilevsky, and it's 1-0 Detroit. Took too much Molly. If you're wondering why, the Canadians aren't playing, but I got no clothes. Oh, yeah, because those are like dress shirts. I have all my clothes in the drawer, and I don't know, I just threw the blanket. I kind of usually have a messy setup. It looks better from where I usually stream games at my house. This is my college dorm, so who cares? Penalty coming up. And Detroit takes a 1-0 lead. It's not a power play goal, but it occurred 2 seconds after. Detroit up by 1. Let's take a look at other games going on in the National Hockey League. In fact, you know what? You're right. Presentation is everything. Let me set it up. If I do this, I usually never move my bed, but
performance on a pilot, passport, and CRP.
I can't move that one.
Financing is only 0% APR.
That bed, that foot of the bed literally hits a wall. If anybody's coming new in the stream and wondering why they're just watching a guy make his bed, I'm helping presentation. I know. Hi, Isles Fan 6. They're like always here. It's great. I know. It's rebuilding phase. It's a rebuilding phase, but I got Fibula in. Who do I think will win the Super Bowl? Tampa Bay.
That's my turtle. Fraud protection. Discover something brighter.
In fact, that reminds me, I have to do that.
Mass Mutual, proud partner of the NHL.
To Nemesnikov as he and Zadina take a look at it. Meantime, Giovanni Smith in the box was flashing some Tampa numbers to the power play. So both of those two, 92 and 11, happy they scored, whichever one got it. Right now is Nemesnikov with Shen in front as Zadina took the shot. Merrill getting the second assist. Yeah, Shen went off his arm. Yeah, went off his arm, yeah.
Do I gamble? No, but I can help you if you want for sports betting stuff. Lightning keep it on. Victor Hedman dropped from the right circle. Then moved over to point. Turned it over. Darren Helm to shoot it through. Here's Darren Helm, the speedster, trying to get for a break. And great stick play by Victor Hedman. Lightning here on this power play. Hi, GDD Games.
How good this guy is. Johnny Smith in the penalty box.
Dropped in front again. Here's Palat to hand it off. Victor Hedman's back off the right circle. Here is Killorn. The Lightning facing a deficit.
Held in here by Braden Point.
Braden Point with it.
Point back to Hedman back to Point. Top of the right circle.
Point from Hedman, and he drops it off.
Down low they go with it. Palat. To Hedman.
Palat from Hedman, back to Palat to drop it in. Pass in front. Point won't go. Hedman drop for the circle. Stamkos shoots and a save by Grice. Stamkos to Hedman. This is a really nice power play they've got here. Passed over for Point. Shot save by Grice. And then Hedman to Stamkos, and over the net it goes. And play will be stopped with 49 seconds left in the power play. Great puck movement by the Lightning, but here's the chance that Darren Helm made, which was good. Hedman got to him, but Helm, instead of trying to rush up the ice, where he might have gotten poke checked away, to kind of push it, it got some time off the clock and gave some more space for Grice to make this save. Gord is going to be knocked out of the face-off. Let's see who takes it instead of him. Sorelli, the hero of the Eastern Conference Final last year against the New York Islanders, which sent Tampa to the final for them for the first time in 5 seasons. And they won for the first time in over 13. It is Johnson moving in and drops it over. Sergachev lost the puck. Here come the Red Wings. Nick Glendening as Darren Helm. Glendening shoots. Save Vasilevsky. That was 2-0 on his stick. Here comes Maroon. Drops it off. Pass in front. Backhander. Grice made a huge save. Another shot over the top by Sorelli. And Grice is on top of it. Oh, my. I thought he scored the first time. And when he was by himself on the left side with everybody down, Pavel Datsyuk-esque, I thought he would have scored the second time. Tomas Grice showcasing, trying to get his first win of the year as a Detroit Red Wing.
Not sure what that hit. Really made a beautiful play.
Kind of whipped on the backhander, and then the puck got pushed aside by Gord to Glendening, and Sorelli he thought that was going to be tie game right there. But Thomas Grice came up Titanic. Here is Sergachev to the left circle, fanned on it, Hedman. Easy goals can go in, though, after making some tremendous stops. Here's Hedman shooting, blocked. Braden Point got it, and the penalty is over. Hedman hands it off. Out of the box comes Smith, and they try to send it over to Smith. Now Larkin pulls it to center, and Larkin lost the puck, and Larkin goes back. Dylan is going to progress still on the ice, not go for a change. Dylan Larkin and Chernak work. Right hit on Chernak by Larkin, and Palat goes down. And Smith with a big check. And over for a shot by Sedina. Airmailed it. Sedina got it back and dropped it off. Here comes Merrill off his skate, off his stick, into center ice. John Merrill shoots in and takes a hit.
Andre Palat's wondering, where did that semi-truck come from? I think it was Giovanni Smith that hammered him. Take a look for that. My goodness.
Now the broadcaster's saying it was Smith who hit Palat, although from my vantage point, it looked like Larkin. Tyler Johnson shoots in, and here's Gordon. The retooled version of the triplets, as Kucherov's been to the top line, although I think Kucherov might have been injured because he's not in this, not been in the series against Detroit, as a McDonough shot is gloved down by Grice. Took too much volley. Is there a game you're specifically looking at on betting tonight? Might I suggest San Jose tonight? Because I would think that the Sharks usually play Anaheim well, and usually in early matchups they do as well. Kuchi's not playing second. What is it? What is he? Is he facing an injury issue? I know I should know this, but is he facing an injury issue or what? What shot in front? Saved by Grice. Stopped by Grice. Joseph with the check. Lightning trying to keep it in, and off the back end, off the forehand. Now Maroon, he scores. Sorry, wrong one. Patrick Maroon with Killorn in front, but this is not deflected. This is a seeing eye shot by the former Oiler, and right under the crossbar and in the goal. Mantha brings it up. Here's Anthony Mantha shooting one, deflected off. And another chance by Mantha. And the Lightning are going to move it up again and shoot in. Here's Coleman. Coleman off of the check by Fabry. Remember, the Panthers were down 1-0 in their second game and came back and scored a few against Detroit, including the 3-1 lead that would eventually be the game-winning lead. And the Verhaeghe goal is a pass in front, and Coleman tries to stuff it. Grice is down. Puck is loose to behind the net, and Pronik with a hit on Goudreau. Goudreau lost it and dropped it back for Pronik, and now Glendening. Over to center ice. Here's Philip Pronik. He'll go for a change and shoot in. To be taken by Vasilevsky. 5:06 left in the first period. We're tied at 1, and we're tied at 9 with shots. Puck shot in for Grice. Grice handed over right off the top. And here comes Nielsen. Drops it off for Nemestikov. Nemestikov shoots, glove save by Vasilevsky, and Sergachev has it. Sergachev takes a hit. Here are the Red Wings' Nemeth. Pass in front, deflected off the stick again. And shot in by Merrill. Clobbered by Sergachev to take away, and Nielsen pitches it through. Here's Nemestikov. He's got the goal for Detroit. As Nemestikov turns away from Shen. Shen hits Nemestikov. Puck still moving from the line. And Nemeth tried to keep it in, but it went off the blue line. Delayed offside against Detroit, who immediately go for a change, but so did Tampa. So the only guy out there anywhere near the puck was Sergachev, who gets it back and hands over to Braden Point. Point goes through 2. Point the pass to the boards and taken by Palat, who takes a huge check and dropped over for Smith. Red Wings trying to take it out. They'll have Stahl, who shoots over for Dylan Larkin for the right boards. Here's Larkin moving it. Larkin past McDonough. Larkin holds, waits for a passing lane. Larkin shoots and blocked off a stick, and here comes Tampa. Stamkos. A Lightning team, and Stamkos shoots and a save made. A Lightning team since 2014 that only missed the playoffs once. and went to the conference final from believe it or not, in every year from 2015 to 2020, but only missed twice. 2019 when they were bumped in the first round by Columbus, and 2017 when they missed the playoffs. Glendenning touches, it's offside.
Join the 21 Red Wings Kids Club now for just $20. Members will receive a custom kit with everything.
Or icing, excuse me, not offside. I'm a Knicks fan, Ian. I'm a New York Knicks fan. Knicks are okay. I think they're ninth in the East, 8th or 9th. I'm not sure. I haven't watched a lot of basketball. I should though. I should be watching more basketball. Actually, I've watched basketball, but it seems to me because I always watch hockey first, and then I end up watching whatever late night games on. That I've watched the few games I've watched a lot of Western Conference games. I haven't seen a lot of Eastern Conference games. In the East games I've seen are not really relevant. Knowing that the Knicks are bad, though, I always pick the second favorite team, and that was Portland. Shot by Fabry, and a great save there as Ryan shoots in as well by Vasilevsky, and this gets deflected out of play.
Too easy as we take a look at action around the league. Yeah, Huberdeau, what a player he is for Florida. We'll be back into a 1-1 game on a Tampa Bay.
Chico, vamos a desayunar.
This still stands at the game that has the least amount to play in it, in both period and regulation. Sorry for the jostling of these headphones. Also, if you're watching the Fox Sports Detroit feed on the game right now, and you heard a first for Huberdeau, it's not a goal, at least not one that happened today, because they have not scored. Florida has not.
Underneath every surface that carries a Honda badge, there is always been the capacity to amaze. Rise to the challenge with the rugged performance of the Honda Pilot.
I'll broadcast other games that are going on in intermission as well.
Honda, official vehicle of the NHL.
Verizon lets you have it all.
You don't just get Verizon 5G, you get amazing entertainment.
Get 5G for the most reliable network and the best in entertainment. Now, new and existing customers with Select Unlimited plans get their favorite shows and originals on Discovery Plus.
There's always something to watch. They could binge that stuff all day.
And Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus are all included.
With Verizon, you get so much more than just a great network.
Unlimited plans include 5G, plus you'll get up to $1,000 off our best phones when you switch. Only on Verizon.
Retro Detroit Chevy dealers. Last night, Panthers forward Jonathan Huberdeau.
It was last night.
Hat-trick, but it was not enough. The Predators answered back.
He had a hat trick. That's what it was. Okay.
Game winner with just a minute left. The Red Wings' next opponent is Florida on Sunday afternoon at 3 on Fox Sports Detroit. We can update the Central Division standings. These teams will play only each other. And there it is, Tampa Bay at the top of the heap. And the Red Wings trying to move up for the bottom. Yeah, 2 with Florida, and then 2 with Nashville. I watched that game last night, 5-3. I think it's over in Nashville. Of course, 2 in the final couple of minutes. Super big 5-point night, a big night for Philip Forsberg. So there's no rest here, and every game is just so important. All these teams looking for get wins here. You know, Red Wings.
Sorry, smiling at something. Mantha poke checked it from the boards and taken away a backhand in front by Gaudreau. As it's thrown through and back to center. 2:20 left in the first here. Looking at it, forward is Ruda and Merrill combined there at the wall, but no check, no real vicious check, just went for the puck. As it will come down over for Mantha. Mantha takes a hit, glove down by Ruda. Ruda shoots, save made by Vasilevsky. It was a tough one as Ryan with a veteran poke check to center ice, and the puck took a Detroit bounce and went all the way to the Lightning end. Gordon Killorn are barking at a Red Wing who hit him from the boards. As the Lightning are moving in their own end, but they had some Detroit players back trying to intercept the pass. Here's Braden Point, hands it over for Sharonak. Point moving in through for the puck, and Erne takes a hit, and Erne gets it to center. Stamkos with the puck.
Turning back is Stamkos.
And he drops it for Shen, who poke checks it through to center again. There's Braden Shen right off the boards. Palat takes it. Helm chases. 113 and a 1-1 tie. Hit by Stahl, who upended Point, who gets back up. And here's Ernie. Ernie shooting that through to center. Glendening takes a thunderous check. And Gagne steals the puck and passes behind, but no one was there. So McDonough to play. McDonough shoots to center. Taken by Hronik over to Rasmussen. His first time in the ice. Rasmussen as the two young defensemen shoot in. Devontae Smith with a check. Pass in front over City that tries to whack at it, and Larkin still has it. Smith on his knees trying to go grab the puck. Larkin falls down, trying to jostle away with it. And there's Devontae Smith, and there's going to be a penalty against Detroit. It looked like Larkin was tripped. Well, someone was tripped. They say McDonough was tripped by Larkin, not vice versa, and Larkin did not think that was a penalty. Let's see. Bad call. Bad call. Larkin's stick hits McDonough. He gets tripped down, as this was the war of words going on with Gordon and Mantha, and really a war of bodies as well. But he's going for the puck. He's not going for the toes. He's going right for the puck. He falls down, and then the stick trips McDonough. Bad call. 0 of 2 of the Lightning on the power play. Good thing is that this is a guy in the box that can speed. Here is Maroon, hands off to the left circle. Maroon, Johnson shoots up wide. You do not want a late goal here for a team that has had confidence problems. Detroit, you don't want to let in a late goal here. That's the last thing you want here late in this first period. There's a shot in front. Grice to save. Nemeth with a check. Sorelli tries to pass in front. Gord from the wall. And now Johnson. Pass it over. One last shot. Sticked up high, and that'll end the first. Red Wings looking nervous there. A team that had already let up a buzzer beater goal in the first period in their first loss to Florida. They want to do it against Tampa. All right. So we're going to the first intermission. The Red Wings strike first. A tip by Nemestikov, but the Lightning come right back from a seeing eye shot by Maroon. 1-1 after 1 in Tampa Bay.
All things considered, a much better first period, certainly, than they played on Wednesday night against the same team.
But when you add up the minuses and the pluses, yes, it was a lot better period than what we saw 2 nights ago in Tampa. They came out much more assertive, much more resilient. I thought that when there's moments like when the power play lounging out there, it didn't affect the rest of the team. They went out there, resumed, they end up scoring the goals. So it's part of being ready for the game is not only going out there and just working your butt off. It's also the ability to handle adversity. And they've done a good job because the power play, as they said, wasn't that strong. But still, they came out.
Sorry for the banging noises. I'm trying to look this up. Never mind. Let me broadcast the rest of the games right here. Off to dinner? Okay, I'll see you later. We're going to do some other games that are going on right now, which has the least amount of time with it. Nashville, Florida does, but there's 19 seconds left. I'm not going to broadcast that. The Bruins and Flyers, which has 94 seconds left in the game. The Bruins, who had won this as Konechny shoots up top. Remember, the Bruins went up 1-0 early in the last game, but then were losing 3-1, came back and scored late in regulation for Pasternak. In fact, Pasternak had all of the goals that were scored by Boston in regulation, and then he had the game-winning assist, 4 points to the stick of Bergeron.
Anxious or regretful about that. It's a joyous thing when the flakes fall.
Comes to the line, and Sanheim backhands it and through. Taken for Raffle. Raffle fought. Did it cross Marchand, and now Bergeron trying to poke it across. There is Zabril. Zabril with it. And here's Carlo. Here's Pasternak. Drops it off and spun around again. Here's Bergeron, a chance. Oh, that exploded off the stick of Pasternak. And here come the Flyers, 3-on-2. Pass over for Farabee, and off of his stick, the Bruins send it all the way down into the Flyers zone. No ice. Sanheim behind his goal. If anyone's wondering, we're broadcasting Flyers Bruins until the period's over. Here's the check off on Krejci from the right boards, and now Giroux hands it over. There for Voracek. Voracek moves in, drops it from the right circle, pass to the goal. Too far and in behind the net. There's Giroux going down. He can't pass the puck through. Bruins send it to center. Here's Gostisbehere. Shane Gostisbehere holds pass to the right boards, and that is where Provorov will stay. And end the period. No score in Philly. Bruins and Flyers tied at zilch.
Wednesday night, they came to play. They had their skating legs, and I think that's where Boston needs to improve their game. Stay out of the penalty box, get into a rhythm, find your skating legs. They can play fast.
So the standings there.
Like the contentiousness. There's something to these two-game sets.
Both teams are tied at 16 points apiece. So again, the winner of this game will. Actually, if the Flyers win in overtime or shootout, I think the Flyers it wouldn't matter. I think the Bruins would still retain possession of first play. Actually, I don't know, because that's right, because the Bruins didn't win it in regulation. So I would have to look at that, how that would be. Lightning still have 128 in the power play, if I was wondering when the second period starts. 1-0 Nashville and Florida. In that game, end of the first there. Bruins are second in the league ahead of Montreal and behind Toronto. 3 original 6 teams, believe it or not. So if Philly wins... Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter. I didn't think... Yeah, it doesn't matter how it is. They retain first possession. In fact, the winner of this game is going to have first place in the entire National Hockey League. The Bruins Flyers meaning, not Lightning Red Wings.
Same game parlays, the first touchdown, any touchdown. Here's the best part. New users can get exclusive $50.
Whoever wins this game, the Bruins Flyers game, will have the best record in the entire league.
Oh boy, my odds look big on camera.
When we heard there was money, we did what we wanted to do.
Nice.
Then we heard about Rocket Mortgage. With just a few taps, you can turn your home's equity into cash. Consolidate your debt, pay off student loans,
Renovate your home.
fix your home.
Fix your home.
When you need cash
Oh, no,
for your home,
that's something
it's simple
else.
to get it. Rocket can.
Great job, honey. Rocket.
So worth it.
Introducing new extra charge coffee at Dunkin', because it's time for a little extra this year. Extra boost, extra kick, so we can get it extra done. New hot and nice extra charge coffee with 20% more caffeine. Order ahead with Earn Rewards. America runs on Dunkin'.
I think the sketchy website I bought this turtle from stole all my info. Ooh, have you looked on the bright side? Discover holds you responsible for authorized purchases on your card. That's my turtle section. So brighter.
Again with this. Still waiting here. I'm trying out these headphones and for some reason they're not working. But whatever, it doesn't matter.
It wasn't Thomas Bryce's fault that he got the hook on Wednesday in the first period, but he still wanted to play well and deep in tonight's game. Thomas Bryce is still looking for his first victory as a member of the Red Wings.
Bryce, look at how good has he been. He's been just fantastic. Just absolutely tremendous player. All right, I am going to be back in a few seconds. Do something here.
Chicos, me voy a McDonald's en 5 segundos.
Disfruta un delicioso desayuno en McDonald's. Acompaña tus hash browns con un sausage biscuit, un sausage McMuffin o un McChicken biscuit por solo $3. Para pa pa pa.
Chicos, vamos a desayunar. Chicos, me voy a McDonald's en 5 segundos.
Disfruta un delicioso desayuno en McDonald's. Acompaña tus hash browns con un sausage biscuit, un sausage McMuffin o un McChicken biscuit por solo $3. Para pa pa pa.
FanDuel has made it incredibly easy to bet the big game. You know what game I'm talking about. Legally, I'm not allowed to say the word, but I'm gonna. All your favorite bets are on FanDuel Sportsbook. The coin flip, same game parlays, the first touchdown, any touchdown. Here's the best part. New users can get exclusive 55-1 odds on either team to win the
I'm back.
FanDuel Sportsbook. More ways to win.
Light bothers my eyes.
Oh boy, my odds look big on camera.
At Casper, we're delivering better sleep to homes everywhere. With a mattress so supportive and comfortable, it was awarded Best Overall Mattress by US News. So, wherever home is for you, now's your chance to let great sleep be a part of it. Join nearly 2 million Casper customers and save up to 15% during the President's Day sale. In store or at Casper.com.
Hi, Alexis. We are in an intermission right now. We've got no score between Boston and Philadelphia in the battle for supremacy over the entire league. We've got, 1-0 Nashville trying to sweep the Florida Panthers. And say what you will about the Predators, but they've had some moments this year that have been quite remarkable. In a good way. Not Carson Wentz again. And 1-1 tie here. Goals by Nemestikov and Maroon. And the goal in the Florida-Nashville game was by, my guess would be Forsberg. And my guess is incorrect. Colton Sissons. You're going to see it soon. Okay.
FanDuel has made it incredibly easy to bet the big game. You know what game I'm talking about. Legally, I'm not allowed to say the word, but I'm gonna. All your favorite bets are on FanDuel Sportsbook. The coin flip, same game parlays, the first touchdown, any touchdown. Here's the best part. New users can get exclusive 55-1 odds on either team to win the FanDuel Sportsbook. More ways to win. Oh boy, my odds look big on camera.
Sarah, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for, Captain Ahab, to help you find a parking spot?
Fire, Shimo! Loading zone. Pull hard to starboard.
Too small.
Seriously? Because it. Fire! No! Thunder Racer to the northern lot where there be parking spaces as big as whales!
Geico. See all the ways you can save.
6 months ago, we adopted Rufus. He was so sweet and tiny. Now he's not so tiny. No, but our apartment is. Luckily, with Rocket Mortgage, we can.
Carson Wentz trade to the Bears.
Optimize our monthly payments, down payments, and our closing costs. Now we can get a home with more space and a yard. Yeah, real big.
So when you need to find a place that fits your budget and Rufus, Rocket can.
Let me look it up. But let me ask you, because you keep on saying there are going to be trades. Do you have like connections with the Philadelphia Eagles? Like, why do you keep on? Are these just assuming guesses, or do you have like a source that you know that might, Because again, we're saying that they're close to trading. They're, I could see something that they're talking about it, but they're just talking about it. It's just rumors. There's nothing there. Do I think Brady can survive? No, he's not going to play for another 10 years. Sunday might be his last game in the league. We don't know. It may be. If they win, especially if they win dominantly, that may be his last game. No, he's not going to play for another 10 years. But I think he could play for another 3, 4, maybe 5, but he's not playing 10 more years. If he wanted to, he still could. Because he's shown that he has the workout where he can take gigantic hits and still play, and he has the golden. He never had the golden arm, but he's still got the arm consistency where Peyton Manning's fell off at the end of his career.
Sunday afternoon here on Fox Sports Detroit. We'll get you started with Red Wings Live at 2:30 on Sunday. Again, here on your home of the Red Wings, Fox Sports Detroit. Some first period stats. Tempo.
Yeah, show the Detroit-Tampa Bay game that we'll have. We'll have the Detroit-Florida game event on Sunday. We'll be doing that and the Super Bowl.
To witness things that make us feel a little more normal. But we're all going
7 o'clock Eastern, Canucks and Leafs.
Peace of mind starts with our complete clean pledge, curbside rentals, and low-touch transactions. With so many vehicles of so many kinds, you can always count on us for the assist. Enterprise, official partner of the NHL.
Verizon lets you have it all.
You don't just get Verizon 5G, you get amazing entertainment.
Get 5G from America's most reliable network and the best in entertainment. Now, new and existing customers with select unlimited plans get their favorite shows and originals on Discovery Plus.
There's always something new to watch.
We could binge that stuff all day.
And Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus are all included.
With Verizon, you get so much more than just a great network.
Unlimited plans include 5G Plus, you get $1,000 off our fast phone when you switch. Only on Verizon.
F. Caleb Allen, I see the Lightning logo. What is the F for? Because you guys are tied with Detroit.
But I'm gonna. All your favorite bets are on FanDuel Sportsbook. The coin flip, same game parlays, the first touchdown, any touchdown. Here's the best part. New users can get exclusive 55-1 odds on either team to win the FanDuel Sportsbook. More ways to win. Oh boy, my odds look big on camera.
You can't put a price on love.
And what, Alexis? I'm not sure what you're asking.
It costs the exact same as a Reese's. Turns out love's kind of inexpensive. I'm sorry. Reese's.
Oh, Gensel, his brother can't believe it. That's how you make Dad proud.
A big offer for Wentz. I mean, they may feel like they're a quarterback away. Although I'll tell you this, I don't care how close they feel like they are to competition. Alexa, stop. If Philadelphia makes a trade for him and a first-round selection is in the trade, even if it's for next season's draft and not this season's draft, they're nuts. I know he was the second pick in the draft, and he led the Eagles into a position to where they were able to win the Super Bowl. I don't care, though. That's not where he is now.
First period statistics in a game which the Wings are tied with Tampa Bay.
Like, for example, in 2007, you're trading 4 first-round selections to get Peyton Manning, or maybe more. In 2015, maybe a 5th rounder, maybe. It's not the player's career and what the player has done in the past. It's what the player can do for you now. And Wentz can't do as much as he did early on in his career.
Do the same thing again. We get another power play. Let's just take advantage of that. PK, keep going and kill off this first Bentley.
All right, Domestikov gets the Wings on the board. Pat Maroon answers with more on that.
But we'll see what that is. 12-13 shots on goal. Tampa leads that by 1 on a shot on goal.
I thought it was 43. Apologies to Darren. It was actually Adam Ernie. And I got to wonder, having played for Tampa Bay, did somebody call him a nickname? Normally players don't throw the puck up the middle like that, but Adam Ernie did, and he's pretty responsible defensively. So it was not Darren Helm. My apologies on that, but Adam Ernie's got a spot on his back for that turnover, and it cost him a goal.
And as Pat Maroon got the goal, Vlad Domestikov, the former Lightning player, has the goal for the Red Wings from Zadina in his return. First game since January 22nd. And John Barrow.
Face off.
Begin period 2.
Start at the circle.
See the time remaining left in it. Cleared down. Teed up by Vasilevsky.
And the face-off cleared all the way down. Hedman drops it off back to center for them. And controlled back to Lauren at the line. They move in Stamkos. Donald down away, and here is Hedman. Shot there for Stamkos up high. And that deflected out of play. 50 seconds remain in the man advantage.
Same spot. Offensive zone, right by the dot. A one-timer, boy, oh boy. And both those guys can hammer it, and both are top-notch goal scorers. This one wasn't quite his wheelhouse.
I'll live it from right there, just like Ovechkin has.
Here's Sorelli from back there, and it's poked away. Red Wings clear. Most power play points in franchise history, 301, and they belong to Stamkos. That's over Brad Richards. That's over Le Cavalier, St. Louis. And Stamkos, one of the few players that was on that team on that night, February 11th, 2011, when the Red Wings beat the Lightning for the first time. Not for the first time, but for the last time in regulation. Not in regulation, in the regular season in this building. Dropped off for Stamkos. Stamkos holds, shoots, save made by Grice off the toe. 4 seconds left in the power play. Hedman can't keep it in, and Larkin leaves the box. Mantha with the check, and now too many men on the ice, maybe against Detroit. There's something called that this might be a Tampa Bay Lightning power play right from the get-go. Or is this just an offside?
The guy that was going off was standing in front of the bench. They shot the puck out and they hit him. They blew the whistle. I don't know why. But they don't get penalized. Okay.
Danny Gord comes out. Mark Goudreau comes in. Blake Coleman on the other
So,
side.
puck hit a guy who was trying to change, and then they said they just did a neutral zone faceoff. So what I'm believing, Mickey Redmond thought it might have been too many men, but did nothing against Detroit. What I'm believing is that the puck, as Coleman brings it in and dropped off from Gordon, Coleman tried to go to Gord again, and it sticked away. Red Wings now, Ronick, Mantha, and it'll fly to center. What I believe is that puck, while it hit the player from the bench, the referees deemed that puck out of play as off of the stick of Sedina in front of the net. That deemed the puck out of play even though it was in the air. Here's Johnny Gore, drops it off. Blake Coleman trying to drop off. Can't. Coleman. And a shot back down there again as it was ricocheted off of Vasilevsky. Handed off from Foot and Sergachev. Foot scored his first goal in the league the other night against Detroit. Here's a shot, and that deflected back from Gordon front. Red Wings trying to take it out. Fabry off of his stick up high. Kicked away. Sergachev backhands it over. Here is Sedina. And now dropping it to Mantha. And Fabry goes down.
As the Lightning will start out. So Fabry.
Flowing it over Sorelli, and now back from Killorn. Passed over. Johnson shoots, blocked. And the rebound went wide. Killorn tied up from his backhand of the wall, and with glove down and sent to center again by Ryan. Bobby Ryan, here's Smith. Hedman takes a hit, but Killorn takes it away. Moved on across and motored through. Back from the boards and across there.
Played a lot in that first period. We're now approaching 9.5 minutes of ice time in this game already. A lot of ice time for a young guy like that, especially a lot of it against the best player for the other team.
Puck over to center and drop down for John Merrill by his goal. Hands it off to Nemestikov. Nemestikov to center against his former team. Shoots in. Vasilevsky, big hit by Shen, and Nielsen fell down. Backhanding it in again. It was Patrick Nemeth, and here's Franz Nielsen. Nielsen works in back over for Nemestikov. Nemestikov takes a check. Lightning have really amped up and ramped up the shots on goal, in this period. Detroit's only gotten one that they didn't have in the first period. And Tampa getting 7. Here is Glendening from behind his goal. Sergachev falling down, and now Gagne still trying to go with the puck. From his backhand, Larkin falls through. Might have gotten tripped, and here's a shot over that is gloved down as letting it go is Stetcher. Oh, I said Ernie a couple of times. I meant Stetcher. Ernie's not there anymore.
They've removed the glass in all the buildings from behind the benches. Won't really affect anyone very much. I mean, the coaches doesn't really much matter. But when the puck goes into the bench area, puck over glass, it's not a penalty when it goes into the bench. When it goes over the bench, out of play, now the referees will have to decide if it would have gone over the glass. Now, if you're the offending team, chances are you should have all your...
Oh, there is Ernie, but that was the wrong players. They're talking right now with the whole thing. We saw it in the last game, Toronto and the Canucks, where the glass is over the benches, and if you shoot it over, it'd stop play. But another thing is, if the puck is just lofted out of play in the bench, they won't call it a penalty. But if the puck comes out of play over the glass, over the bench and into the stands, the teams will have to look and see if that would have been a penalty if there was glass still. And that's, of course, we're saying if it's directly lofted, not if it's deflected. That, of course, would never be a penalty unless it was intentional. As Larkin blows a tire, trying to sweep it through. Here comes Stamkos. Stamkos pass in front, deflected away. Tampa being one of the best teams 5-on-5 scoring. As it's handed over to Hedman, shoots blocked, but it came to Stamkos. And now it's Darren Helm taking a hit from Palat. Helm with it still. Helm moves over from the right boards and banks it off. Sedina looking it away from Gord's stick. Moves it back across. Yanni Gord shoots. Save by Grice. And the puck shoots out. Lightning keep it, and the shot. And the stick is lofted out of the hands of Grice. His goalie stick. He gets it right back as a stoppage in play. 13:47 to go in the second. Tampa Bay 1. Detroit 1.
Chicos, me voy a McDonald's en 5 segundos.
Disfruta un delicioso delicioso desayuno en McDonald's. Acompaña tus hash browns con un sausage biscuit, un sausage McMuffin o un McChicken biscuit por solo $3. Para pa pa pa.
Finally moved in.
It's a great old house. Good bones, wraparound porch.
Pipes are making strange noises. Even the plumber's couldn't help us.
Oh,
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
Which saves us a ton.
for bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
6 months ago, we adopted Rufus. He was so sweet and tiny. Now he's not so tiny. No, but our apartment is. Luckily, with Rocket Mortgage, we can adjust our home loan options, customize our monthly payments, down payments, and our closing costs. Now we can get a home with more space and a yard. Yeah, real big.
So when you need to find a place that fits your budget and Rufus, Rocket Camp.
Day-to-day with COVID and the NHL is taking it day by day. And
So the coach verticals are removal of glass shielding behind the benches, virtual meetings. Everything has to be.
There was never glass behind me. The fans would walk in behind. There's the forum with Aaron Burns. Boy, we miss that. There's Scotty. Scotty at the old forum.
There you go, Scotty. Yeah, I mean,
there was never glass behind the benches, but there were.
And we showed some of the footage of when the glass wasn't behind the benches and running that glass was in the benches in the Maple Leaf Forum, and we heard about that commentary the other game in Toronto for the Canucks and the Leafs, and we'll see those two games, those two teams tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern. Come by for a stream tomorrow for Vancouver and Toronto.
we're so inclined to be nasty like that, like they are today. I mean, it's a nasty world we're living in today.
Sergachev,
As he told me one day,
banked off the boards, and Nielsen again.
Jeremy Roenick with the vituperative tirade on the bench.
Vestikov shoots it in and
I rose behind Mike. I didn't appreciate that because I was there with some kids.
shoots it in again for Gagne, and
Yeah. Well, Stanley.
shot over the glove as well.
Mind, I'll tell you that. Never. What a great guy he was. We lost him a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah. The greatest Blackhawks.
Puck to center, and it will be taken away by Sergachev again.
In the building only an hour and 45 before the game, which is really only an hour and 15 before warm-up. Players, no. So they can sign waivers to come in earlier, whereas what Larry Murphy was talking about, going in for treatment.
Moved it back. Gaudreau taken away by Bobby Ryan. Gaudreau still there. Gaudreau bumped behind the
On
boards.
Team Canada 72, we weren't in the lineup, and they relegated us to watching the beer fish. There's a
And
Russian
then
scene all
Gord shot it in. Gord's puck went wide, and there's Bobby Ryan over to Anthony Mantha. Mantha for the left circle. Mantha shoots to center ice, and then Bobby Ryan drops it off again. Held for a pass and kicked away by Vasilevsky.
He's what a great guy Stan was. Oh, boy.
Mantha with a hit from the boards as well.
Through that line,
And the Lightning bring it in Coleman.
used to come late and Stan would get everybody to sleep like Bill Vecchio used to do here in Detroit. Boy, oh boy.
Gaudreau back, and here is
Unbelievable.
Fabry with the check, and then a hit by big hit on Jan Ruda by Anthony Mantha as the Lightning shoot it through. Grice over to Merrill. John Merrill from by his goal and passed over from the line with Nick Glendening. The puck gets scooted back in for Merrill again, and Nemeth off the boards. Patrick Nemeth shoots over to Vasilevsky, and back from Andrei Vasilevsky's spot. Here's Sorelli. Lost it again, and here comes Darren Helm. Helm off the right circle. Helm waits, shoots up high. And here's Patrick Nemeth from the left circle as well. Takes a hit by Tyler Johnson. Now takes a hit from Hedman. Now Nemeth. And the Red Wings trying to keep in. Larkin, they cannot. Puck thrown in for Grice. Lightning shoot in, and there's Killorn taking a hit from Smith. Excuse me, not Smith. Merrill. That's Smith in New Jersey. Ty Smith. As Chernak hands it off for Sorelli. Back to Chernak. Chernak shoots! Up from the glass and taken back off the Centerboard's back to center, taken away from Gord. Here comes Larkin. Larkin moves on point. Dylan Larkin stationed over for Smith. Smith holds it. Pass in front. A shot. Zadina wide. Rebound. Up over Vasilevsky into Larkin. Great chance for the Red Wings. Ronick fakes the slap shot, gone over to Dylan Larkin. Larkin holds it, waiting. Shooting one by Juice up high and out of play. Hi, GDD Games.
Well, we revisit Mr. Stan McKenna. He was the guy that came up with a there, number 21. Way to go, Stan. He really created the curve stick because he broke the stick in practice one day. Look at that move. Oh, my God. And he kept using it. And all of a sudden, he found the stick didn't break off. And all of a sudden, the puck started doing all kinds of funny things. And he and Bobby Hull went from there. That's our Silverado strongest player, Stanley Stosh Makita of the Chicago Blackhawks. Way to go, Stan.
Nicely done.
Hall of Famer,
Tyler Johnson.
There's a shot off the boards away from Johnson. Red Wings bring it in. Here is Ronick. Shoot, save, made, rebound loose. Another chance. Nielsen can't push it through, and the Lightning finally get it to center, and it's flicked back offside. With 10:01 remaining in the second period.
walking up all the stairs at the Chicago Stadium. It's a long walk. It's a longer walk down when you get your rear end kicked. A couple of good opportunities by Detroit, bouncing puck. And a good defensive play on Gagne, or he would have had a Sergachev, I believe. And Zavoni Smith, a moment ago, nicely sets up Zadina with a good hard wrist shot, and Vasilevsky was up to that one.
As the finalist 3 consecutive years, Vasilevsky won the honor and is voted on by general managers for top goaltender. He won that in 2019. And a save there, 18 playoff wins he had.
Zadina
Over 65 days.
trying to take it away. Hedman away from Killorn. Hedman and the Lightning are offside.
Normally 16 wins to win the Stanley Cup. Used to be 8 when the Occupy were playing. 16, then the 18 in the bubble was first.
Chicos, vamos a desayunar. Chicos. Me voy a McDonald's en 5 segundos. Disfruta un delicioso desayuno en McDonald's. Acompaña tus hash browns con un sausage biscuit, un sausage McMuffin o un McChicken biscuit por solo $3. Para pa pa pa.
FanDuel has made it incredibly easy to bet the big game. You know what game I'm talking about. Legally, I'm not allowed to say the word, but I'm gonna. All your favorite bets are on FanDuel Sportsbook. The coin flip, same game parlays, the first touchdown, any touchdown. Here's the best part. New users can get exclusive 55-1 odds on either team to win the FanDuel Sportsbook. More ways to win. Oh boy, my odds look big on camera.
6 months ago, we adopted Rufus. He was so sweet and tiny. Now he's not so tiny. No, but our apartment is. Luckily, with Rocket Mortgage, we can adjust our home loan options, customize our monthly payments, down payments, and our closing costs. Now we can get a home with more space and a yard. Yeah, real big.
So when you need to find a place that fits your budget and Rufus, Rocket can.
Knicks over Dallas 2-0. He didn't have a lot of time to go golfing and chirp his longtime friend Jeff Blashill. Very close pals. They coached together with Team Michigan and USA Hockey Festival. Then Blashill beat Cooper for the Clark Cup in the USHL. The next year, Cooper beat Blashill for the Clark Cup in the USHL. Cooper then won the AHL title. Then Blashill beat Cooper for the Calder Cup, but Cooper was called up to Tampa Bay midway through that year when Blashill was beating Syracuse. They've come a long way together, and John Cooper, a former lawyer, his ties to Michigan when he coached a struggling Lansing Catholic Central High School squad.
Puck thrown in behind, over to take from Nemeth, as they are now announcing and talking about the ties between Blashill and John Cooper. Both won college titles, conference titles, American Hockey League titles, but Blashill has never led his team to the Stanley Cup final or won the Stanley Cup, and we saw Cooper do that last year.
Back to get it is
The lock behind his net over to Stetcher, shoots off the boards again,
tipped down from his own side.
and the icing against Detroit.
Against Detroit, join the Red Wings in celebrating Black History Month. The purchase of this limited edition T-shirt. Each shirt costs $30 with proceeds supporting local youth programming through the Detroit branch, NAACP, and the Detroit Red Wings Foundation. To learn more, visit DetroitRedWings.com/equality.
Back to center ice,
For Sergachev,
and Sergachev shoots off the boards. Over for Grice, and now Stetcher, who gets it on the long.
Mantha played it
Back it over, Bobby Ryan.
Robbie Fabry.
Ryan takes a check foot and under his head on Gord. Mantha back there. Here's Johnny Gord. Sends it to center. Sergachev with it. Sergachev holds it. Gord shoots. Why?
What a great chance he just had.
And Foot was there as the puck gets flicked off the line and
Goes to Vasilevsky.
sent to the Tampa Bay zone.
Sergachev,
Here's Sergachev behind his net.
3-year deal. Plays the power play, hits lots of ice time.
Drop down the ice away from Stamkos. Here is Nemestikov, and the Red Wings move in. Saved by Vasilevsky, and he holds it to go.
Contract, which is why there is some concern, along with the likes of Anthony Cirelli, to a longer deal.
Well, he's just a kid to boot. So he's going to be around there a long time. That deal they made with Montreal for Drouin, there's that great scoring chance by Foot a moment ago. Somehow Tampa Bay jumped into the rush like their defense likes to do. And all of a sudden it's 4 blue jerseys with 2 white ones there.
He was the 14th overall pick in 2017, spent the last 2 years at Syracuse. He's a big body too at 6'4", 225.
Just missed. I think he just said.
They had his brother Nolan too, but was moved to New Jersey.
Rest of the line, Helm shot from the blue line over. Vronic tried to push it in through, and Palat. Take it away, Helm. Try and move this through. Here's Stamkos. Back break point. Point tied off his stick.
Take it away.
And the puck into the Red Wing zone.
10 goals in 25 playoff games for him.
As it's lobbed down and a good hit by Philip Vronic. Dylan Larkin with the puck.
Swings it wide for Ernie. Knocked down by Zadina.
Ernie off, now Sedina to the line. Vronic can't take it. Stamkos will move it.
Stamkos was coming back.
Stamkos pushes the puck in, and now here's Philip Vronic off the line. Centered to Dylan Larkin. Larkin shoots past Chernak. Larkin tries to get to it. Another hit, and now Larkin away from it here. Smith looks for the puck. Devontae Smith. And back to center. Here's
The goalie with the Lightning knew that Andre Vasilevsky, who played some that year, quite a bit too.
and Smith offside.
Who's right there, 81, as Smith grabs a hold of Killorn, and the linesmen have to come in to break that up. It's time now to go all in on Sam Gagne, brought to you by Poker Stars. Most games played among 2007 draft picks. Gagne, 850. Selected 6 by Edmonton.
That's a pretty good group right there. Boy, oh boy. Simmons in Toronto now doing a good job running havoc over there. Toronto back in St. Louis a couple of times. Some Gagne here.
Killorn takes a hit,
Patrick Kane, Chicago.
and now here is Smith over to Nemestikov. Nemestikov drops it off.
How many times we got to tell those stories of how many points in the lottery?
Back in again, Chernak takes a hit.
11 and gets the first pick. Oh my God.
Well, Dallas got Haskin in that way. I think, and Philadelphia moved up. I think.
Back dropped in again and shot in.
No kidding. Yeah.
There's 2 or 3.
No bad luck or no luck?
Well, maybe that'll change. Maybe it's next year when they have 2 drafts. They hold off on this year's till next year. So you can
Shot
have
through
one
again and
an 18-year-old.
bounced off the right wall. Gagne shoots down over to Ruda. I'm sorry for the delay. I thought that Gagne was offside, and he was not.
Well, it is interesting when you bring that point
Pushed for Gord off the glove of Coleman, who brings down Gagne. And the puck sent. Here's Jan Ruda, not offside, away from Mantha. Ruda takes a hit by Stahl. Stahl
So that would be a good thing, probably.
from the line and backhanded in by Gaudreau.
Yeah.
Gaudreau.
To give you a better chance to not be a literally throw a dart at the, a lot of these draft picks are throw the dart at the wall.
Puck from the left boards taken by Stetcher.
But if the kid gets
On the right wall, here's Bobby Ryan. Ryan moves down on goal, shoots! And a save made by Vasilevsky off the short side. Here's Bobby Ryan again. Ryan moves to the left circle, gets it over Philip Ronick, shoots, save made by Vasilevsky. And the rebound, and it's taken by Juice. And he shoots up high and gloved down by Andrei Vasilevsky. Hi, Anna. What an insurmountable, just a crazy save there by the goaltender, Gretz.
We'll bring you that story in a moment. Chicos, vamos a desayunar.
Also, the only other goal in the second period being scored by Florida. Joe Quenneville really working with different types of lines here, line changes. We'll have both of those games at the end of this period, and also at the end of regulation, at the end of this game's regulation. No score still in the war for the East in the league between Philadelphia and the Boston Bruins.
Scores, stats, and highlights. It's Hockey It's Here, the official app of the NHL.
United Metro Detroit Chevy dealers, Alex Ovechkin with another ladder rung as he scored his 709th goal of his career. The past longtime Capitals legend Mike Gardner for sole possession of 7th place on the league's all-time list. Next in his sights, Bill Esposito, who he trails only by 8. And look at those names: Gretzky, Howe, Yager, Hall, and Marcel Dion, close friend of our friend Ricky Red.
Yeah, the midget. He's back in Niagara Falls watching.
He's still talking.
Oh, yeah, he's still talking.
Oh, he's still talking, all right.
You know, and in English.
And with COVID, you got to wonder, when there was that outside chance, and some still think that he could catch Wayne Gretzky, Ovechkin.
Yeah.
Now you're losing the games you're going to lose this year. You got to wonder, it's a lot of games that he stayed healthy. We kept saying.
Philip Ronick away from Larkin.
Wonder in the end, the COVID games lost may come into play.
Yeah.
Alex Ovechkin under the chase.
And dropped it down off from Larkin. Lightning shoot it to center. I know that he'll talk about Ovechkin and his race, but listen, Ovechkin has shown no signs of slowing down. Like it's like if he scores this amount of goals this season, and everybody keeps timing him out at like 40. This guy plays the next 5 years like he's been playing, he can play another 5 years. And if Washington doesn't want to pay him that much, you can find another hockey team that will. Might not get the team success that he wants, but he would definitely get the individual success.
Don't turn it over.
Shot down from center. There's Killorn off his stick.
Don't try to get cute. Just slug it up, grind it up, and stay in the game.
Down from Grice. And Nielsen shoots from the boards.
The only way they could play right now to have a chance to win.
Then moved in a delayed offside against Detroit, so Tampa moves it in. Palat, here's a hit. on Merrill, who backhands it through. Taken by Steve Stamkos. Stamkos hands it off. I haven't seen too much of Filppula tonight. Here's Darren Helm, moves it. And there's a pass that went off the stick of Mikhail Sergachev. Less than 3 minutes to go in the second period. We're still tied at 1. Puck flung to center, and here's Adam Ernie. Hands it over, stick, and a kick save made with the pads by Vasilevsky as Palat finds point. Point shoots wide, looks for Sergachev, and the Red Wings will hustle this through Darren Helm, but it's taken back by Hedman, who shoots into the zone. And here comes Tampa. Late pass over Jan Ruda over to Gaudreau. They score. Gaudreau makes it 2 on Tampa. And so the Lightning take a 2-1 lead late in the second period. And game that was back and forth, but not in a maniacal pace. Gaudreau, who had the puck for the final seconds in the last game of the year last year, in the Cup final, and he was a really good trade acquisition, comes in and fires a howitzer and gives, I'm aware, William, and gives them the lead. Lightning shooting on goal. That one went wide. Off of Coleman. Coleman shoots through and deflected to the glove. And that's that.
And they were doing fine. This poor guy is absolutely steak bit. I don't think he saw this shot. It was a bit of a knuckleball, and it just didn't hit him. Boy.
Mark the Gaudreau, the goal scorer, was years ago, maybe in 2013 or so. He attended the Detroit Red Wings camp up in Traverse City, just as an invite, and ultimately signed with the San Jose Sharks.
Cirelli and Larkin, the 271s, go to work on the face-off circle. Puck thrown all the way down there, now announcing the Gaudreau goal as Killorn takes a hit after he shot the puck in. How many chances the Red Wings did get in this game and in this period to taking a lead? And they trail for the first time tonight. Drop from the left boards, and Chernak slap shots this in. There's 3 now. I'm aware. But I like streaming. I don't really care how many people come in. I care if it's a lot, but like if there's not a lot, I'm not too worried. Shot in front, off of the stick of Smith. Giovanni Smith, who could just hold and carry, and that the chance over for Sedina that rocketed off the stick as well.
75 seconds to go in the second period.
Moved in front for Merrill.
Merrill backhands it in.
Backhands it over for Sedina, who passes it across. Larkin to go get it. The first goal of the year for Gaudreau.
Stepped into was Domestikov.
And here is Cirelli handing off to Coleman in the final minute of play in the second period. And here comes Anthony Mantha bringing it up. He has space. Gagne passed the goal. Save. Rebound. Oh, floated him over the goaltender Vasilevsky. Lightning throw to center. Shot in, but then fanned on it. And another Tampa Bay player went offside. So the Red Wings trying to bring it up. Gagne. Puck is bouncing. Franz Nielsen back pass. Gagne save made by Vasilevsky. Or, excuse me, it was blocked. As Gord and Stetcher fight with it. Here's Gord from the boards. Nielsen turned it over. Hedman shoots wide. Sergachev. Now Palat. 15 seconds left in the second period. 24-23. Red Wings lead in shots and trail by a goal. Sergachev and thieved to center. One last chance for the Lightning to bring on Stamkos. Stamkos weaves through 2. Stamkos drops it off, and Point won't even shoot. So the Lightning take their first lead of the night off a slap shot from Gaudreau. And the Red Wings now trail by a goal, but only by 1 goal So in a stagnant period, they'll be 20 minutes away in 20 minutes to tie the game.
Here's the wrinkle, though, that you have to keep in mind. The Lightning have...
They might hit 30, but that probably it. Yeah.
Against the Red Wings, and certainly one of the best
I'd probably say around 30, 31 wins.
It was a Barclay Goodrow goal that I think Thomas Greiss would love to have back.
Yeah, I have to take a better look at it, but it didn't get a lot on it.
You know what? Now I'm thinking about it, because there's only 56 games, maybe less than that. In fact, I think the 25 mark makes more sense now that I'm really thinking about it. All right, let's look at some other games going on. What other games right now are underway still? We've got Nashville with Florida took the lead for the first time for Hagee from Barkov and Viger. And Boston and Philly still tied at 1. So let's go to the game with less time. That's Boston and Philadelphia. Actually, they both have the same amount of time in it. So, let's still go there. My thoughts are this is a team that kind of started rocky, but they've got a lot of offensive depth. They have to find it defensively. Their defense has not been consistent enough, and we still really don't know who the man is at goal. Like, we've seen Mrazek, but he's had his ups and downs, so I like to see better goalie and defensive consistency. This is a team, if they continue to keep on their roll, that could really go for a playoff run in a few years. As it's Konechny passes it over from Miller, who back-checked it away, and it's taken Clifton, who falls down. Konechny over to Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere turns from a check and then backhanded into center again. Just uploaded. Okay. This year, no. In a year or two, definitely. Here's Anders Bjork. Pushes it in through. They probably could win a series if they get in. Although there are some good teams in that division. I initially actually had them missing the playoffs as that shot goes wide. Because I thought Columbus was going to do really well. But they are as well. Zaboral shot save made. I had Tampa. I had it Tampa Bay, Dallas, Florida, and Columbus, with Carolina just outside of the playoffs. Backed away from David Krejci, and Provorov tries to go steal it and take away. 1 minute left in the second period, no score. A hand pass, that's not a goal. A hand pass away will now stop play with Carlo offside, called on the hand pass.
But they don't have anything coming across the blue line. That puck's going to go deep. Wagner, body contact. Support by Rally. Third man.
1:59 left in the other game. Nashville, Florida, which we'll get to.
Find your time. That leads to this chance for McAvoy. A lot of good things by Boston.
1:04 left. The last minute of play now. My cup prediction was Avalanche and Islanders, and I would say Colorado. But that was the preseason I picked it. And the Islanders are just not – I wouldn't say they're playing horrible. They're just not playing consistently enough. The Avalanche are good. And I knew the Blues were going to be a team to be competitive in that division and get to the playoffs. But, man, they've found something serious offensively. They have really found something.
Catch Dining Playbook tomorrow morning at 9, driven by your New England Chevy dealers.
37 seconds left in the second. No score here in Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. Away from Wagner, now McAvoy. Wagner to take it away. This shot to center ice and take it back. Farabee. 25 seconds left in the second. Lauzon hit by some Flyers defenders and taken away. An interception. Van Riemsdyk back from Lawton. From the boards it bounced. And Wagner sends it all the way back. Corrali tries to go and grab it, and he's intercepted off the feed. One last chance in the second period for Philadelphia. Someone went offside. There is pushing and shoving by the Boston bench with a second and a millisecond left in the second. Oh, the greatest arena in sports, in my opinion. Red Wings never should. No, I don't believe so. It's funny, a guy that really benefited off that arena, and I'm not saying that it was, him not being a great player. I believe he's the greatest defenseman of all time, but still, because he did benefit as, bad penalty against Boston here. Nicholas Lidstrom, he actually said in a book, I read his book that he wrote, that he said that he would have loved to play in the LCA and that the pizza box is probably going to be better than the Joe. What that's coming from. I get that it's technologically better, but for a player sense, playing those old bonds are always fun. So the Flyers are going to get a power play that'll go into the third period unless they score right here or commit a penalty. And it's because there was a play at the Boston bench where the Flyers dumped the puck in, and Jeremy Lauzon got hit, got back up, and punched Lawton right in the back of the head. So it will be a Flyers power play for 1 second and 1 millisecond left in the second, and also into the third period. Of all time, for me, it's Sergei Fedorov, but Yzerman definitely is. I think number two. Referees trying to figure out the situation now. I don't think they're figuring out the penalty. I think they're figuring out how much time should be added on the clock. 2.1 got added. Philadelphia probably versioning for more time, and they got a full second. Hi, Atlanta. We are right now 2-1 Lightning. We are in the other games right now that are ending. As the Flyers win the faceoff, Voracek, puck is tied up, and that's it for the second. No score. Philly to have 1:58 left on the man advantage when the third period starts in a tieless game, in a tied game. It cannot speak. Let's check. So on 1:40 left in the Panthers-Nashville game. We're going to go right there. Viger back across at a 3-on-2 for the Panthers. They move in. Verhaeghe off of his stick, and nothing there. And back across the chance. Over for Viger. Shot hit the crossbar. 4-on-4 for Florida. They led the entire game last night until they lost in overtime. Here's a chance over for Connor Verhaeghe, who's got the go-ahead goal for Florida. Verhaeghe tripped up, and with 44 seconds left, here comes the Predators. Back it up again, and Nashville will now change. 34 seconds left in the second. 50 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. 4-on-4 to still be going on when we get to the third period. Here's Anthony Duclair shooting that blocked away when they get, because they'll have that much in this game. Dropped it off again for Victor Arvidsson, who threads the needle and passes from the blue line, sent in off of Fabro, and then off of Stroman's stick. And here's Gudis to take it away from him. And this will now be the end of the second. 2-1 Florida, with the 4-on-4 still ongoing for the third period. And Titanic third period, draconian for both teams, Florida and Nashville, and that's the end of the second. So 2-1 Lightning, 2-1 Panthers, no score between Philadelphia and Boston. Also, two other games that I won't broadcast that will be on later today, San Jose and Anaheim, and Vegas and the Kings.
Shouldn't ever miss a minute of Detroit Red Wings hockey. Just download the Fox Sports Go app on your mobile device and stream the Red Wings live from anywhere. Take Fox Sports Detroit with you on the go with Fox Sports Go. Look around the league now, and it's brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Boston is a favorite at Philadelphia. The over-under in that game is 5.5, and they're goalless through 2. It's Florida Panthers, whom the Wings will see next, favorite at home against Nashville. The Panthers lead that one 2-1, and Vegas playing at home against the LA Kings, favored. That's a 10 o'clock puck drop our time. 2-1 in Tampa between the Wings and the Lightning in the second intermission. Roll time.
To keep doing what they're doing. Keep drafting well. Keep maybe make some more trades would help. Just keep the youth going, because a lot of Red Wing fans I've seen have said that the youth, they're loving these young players. Sider's been good, obviously, hopefully good with this injury, but it's just maybe relieving some of the bad contracts of some of the older players to make some moves. No, not really a need to change the upper management. Maybe a scout or two, maybe. But no, I really wouldn't. No, I really wouldn't change anything. Be patient with Steve Yzerman. Look what happened with Tampa Bay, and he's not the general manager that won the cup for them, but he did pretty much everything else that could have been done.
Everybody loves the team at NHL Network. Catch up with the news of the day on NHL Now with instant analysis with NHL Tonight. Top it off with On the Fly.
Every game matters.
All season long.
So I wouldn't do that. I understand the need. I'm really excited for Detroit to get to the playoffs. I get it, but 4 or 5. 4 or 5, depending on how New Jersey plays the rest of this year, Buffalo plays in the rest of this year, and the Islanders. Also, the Rangers could make a push too, but I don't think they'll fall anything under 5, and I don't think they're good enough to go anything over 4. I think it's pretty much been determined, just known by most people that they're not, that the top 3 is going to have to be between Boston, Philadelphia, and Washington. Not sure where each team will land, but it will definitely be those teams. Again, we'll have to see, though. Also, I haven't been too much on the predictions. I should be more on that. That is not bad.
By Meyer, when we support the home team, we all win. And as always, by Ram. The Lightning get a late second period goal. They lead it 2-1 as we head in the direction of the third. And as you would imagine, not much is happening so far in our Ram Light the Lamp competition. Larry Murphy went a bit out on a limb and took the goalie who got pulled from the game on Wednesday night with the 4th pick overall, and still in play. Thomas Greiss has the only points so far. And
is Sidney? No, he's not top 10 all time. I don't think there's any player in the league right now that's top 10 all time. I would have to make a top 10. My top 5 all time is, and this is going to be very controversial, I know. Number 1, Marty Brodeur. If you want to have that conversation, we can. If you don't want to, we don't have to. Number 2, Wayne Gretzky. Number 3, Gordie Howe. Number 4, Jean Beliveau. And number 5, Mario Lemieux. I don't know my other top 5. I'd have to think of it. But I can tell you right now, Crosby and Ovechkin aren't on it. Not yet, at least. No, he's not, and I'll explain to you why. Wayne Gretzky, all right, Wayne Gretzky's not number 1. Wayne Gretzky holds over 60 scoring categories. He could score a lot. He's one of the greatest players of all time. Yeah. The question I'm asking to be the greatest player of all time is, how did you revolutionize the game? Not revolutionize scoring, because you have to remember that there were players who had over 50 goals a year at that time and over 100-point seasons, players who had even gotten to 200-point seasons at that time. Remember, Wayne Gretzky came into the league when Bobby Orr was on his last legs, and Bobby Orr had a few seasons where he had over 100 points, close to 200-point seasons. So Wayne Gretzky scored a lot more than any other player ever. He was a great face-off guy, did a lot there. But you look at team success, didn't have a tremendous amount of success when put after an Edmonton team that also won the Cup, number 2. And scoring-wise, because they didn't change the rules yet, that was in 2004, how did he really change the game scoring-wise? There wasn't really anything to go. It was just won every award. That's just all. That doesn't mean he's the greatest player of all time. Marty Brodeur changed the way goaltenders play. He has every goaltending statistic, and he did it in a way where the goalies around him and the defense around him were the most elite in all of sports. Like, they're the most elite players ever. And he still dominated when Stevens and Danico and Niedermayer left. They made a whole rule about him, the trapezoid rule. He could play the puck like nobody ever. Is that pretty much every record. He also stroked fear into you. When Wayne Gretzky was on his last legs playing in New York and St. Louis, a team wouldn't go with all its respect. It's Wayne Gretzky. He's still great. He can still score goals. He can still do this. But no, there was no fear. You have a late game in 2014 where Brodeur was the Devils goalie, and there were fear in guys' eyes when they went up to shoot the puck. No. Waugh would be second, though. Waugh would be second, or maybe Jacques Plante, because I'm really close with that. But no. Brodeur was second for Waugh forever, and then he passed him. And the only statistic Waugh has over Brodeur is what? He had like a Hart Trophy and Conn Smythes, and that's voting categories. That's not of your peers. Brodeur had him in every other situation, and in the games in the final where Waugh beat Brodeur, Brodeur played fantastic. Like, the one game they point to is Game 6, where the Devils had the Avs on the ropes and the Cup was in the building. Okay, well, the Devils' offense didn't come to play, and Waugh was sensational, and Brodeur was very good as well. You have down nights, but no, Brodeur passed Waugh. Waugh, I don't know if Waugh is my number 2. I would be battling with him, and Hasek's up there as well, but I don't think I'd put Hasek ahead of Waugh. The only other player I'd be thinking of would be Ken Dryden. Neither are, excuse me, Jacques Plante, not Ken Dryden. No, Waugh's better than Ken Dryden. Jacques Plante, but neither are better than Brodeur. Puck thrown to Sergachev for Vasilevsky, however, and Joseph, and the Red Wings trying to beat it up the draw. Here's Braden Point in, saved by Grice. Back down again as well.
40 minutes of play to lead the Red Wings tonight.
And move through to be taken off the backhand over for Shen. And Shen shoots through. 40 seconds left into this period. As this puck comes over the glove off the wall to Bryce. 24 shots tied here with Tampa leading by 1. And Nemeth tried to deflect the puck away and fanned on it, and then Point was able to push through and have the shot on goal. Yeah, but how does that change the game? That doesn't change the game. That just means that you can score a lot. That just means that you're really good at scoring and you were born great to score. That's all that means. Yager is close. Ovechkin can get close in a few years. Here's also the thing. If you look at at players and stability. Yager is kind of close in points, even though nobody's really going to get him in points on Gretzky. There are players who have come close and can reach Gretzky in goals. They've talked about it. There's no goalie in the league now, even if it's a young goalie, that anyone is seriously thinking about catching Berto. Chronic shoots up high and wide. Hit by Smith, another hit by Chernak. Well, no, the goal of hockey is to win games. And you need a goaltender in order to win games, because then you need a goalie, because then you would just have the net empty the whole time. And if the other team has good defenders, then they would just tie up your stick, and then the other team would just score a bunch of times. And another statistic Berter has, it's not going to label him the best goalie of all time, because it's not really that big, but it's a cherry on top of the cake that you need, basically, as that's a shot that went wide. But Berter also has the most goals by any goalie ever. So how you doing? Because the NHL will like suspend you, and they reach out to YouTube, and you would have to like sue them, and it's a whole thing. I don't know what the deal is with that. That's just I'm with you, man. I'm with you, but what am I gonna do? Who am I? Sergachev from behind his net. Tampa leading by 2 in shots and in goals. Or no, excuse me, Tampa leading by 1 in shots and goals. They have 2 goals. A far cry from the other night where they had 7 over 2 Detroit goaltenders, and none of those goals were in empty nets. Drop from the glass, over the foot to take it away. Sergachev and then Iser.
Hey, Red Wings fans. Right now you can live bet on NHL games in Michigan on the FanDuel Sportsbook. Head over to FanDuel now.
Goal scorer for the Red Wings is second as a Red Wing. Scored 53 as a member.
Right off the circle shot by Ruda and off the boards. Then from Maroon, and then a big hit. Came off the circle over to Ruda. Jan Ruda shoots in. And now backhanded by Grice, and Merrill got just clobbered by Maroon. Patrick Maroon backhanded front and intercepted by Detroit. Franz Nielsen with it. Former Islander makes his way down, and here's Glendening, pickpocketed, lightning the center. Motored it back down. Here's Darren Helm. Helm works in free. Helm shoots off the boards and back down again. Good hit. Helm trying to go grab it. He takes a check from Sergachev. Glendening gets hit by Shen. Shen hits Glendening again, and Detroit player just took a nasty fall as here comes Coleman moving in. Coleman to Gord. Yanni Gord backhands in front. Shot! Saved by Grice. As the Lightning are starting to find more speed and space, and Sergachev can't buy one. Still stays at 2-1 Tampa Bay. And that was a turnover also. Went off the stick of Hronek, who tried to clear and didn't have enough gusto and strength on his clearing attempt.
So that's what the defense is doing in this world of NHL hockey today. They are up the ice every opportunity they can.
Here's Gord for the faceoff.
Certainly do that.
And down out of play.
So Grice trying to get his first win as a Red Wing. First win by a goaltender other than Jonathan Bernier in a long time since Jimmy Howard's last NHL win is also for Merrill.
Maroon with a big check on Merrill. They show that one, and check is not the word. The word would be demolishing hit, because that was a big one. As the Lightning shoot in, another hit from the far boards. And we've seen, even in losses, When the Red Wings have played better, they've played physical. They've checked a lot. They had a lot of hits. Coming in is Sergachev. Sergachev drops it through. And back down over for Sergachev. And taken away over Anthony Mantha. Mantha lost it. Picked by Coleman. Coleman shoots from the boards. Gord lost it. Red Wings move in. Here's Anthony Mantha from the left circle. Moves in and lost the puck. And Mantha at the Tampa Bay bench will flick it back to the defenseman, Patrick Kemp. As he goes for the line change. Here's the bench. Goes over for Vasilevsky. And moves through. Taken by Chernak. Chernak, Braden Point. Braden Point holds, shoots, deflection there. Loose and taken by Smith. And motors it for Point. And behind the goal for Grice. And now Point tries to go and pitch it through. Taken over by Point off the backhand. Point to the forehand from the left circle. Point pass in front. Palat shoots! Blocked in front. And here's Philip Sedina. He motors it over Dylan Larkin. Larkin shoots in and goes for the puck. Larkin and McDonough. And McDonough, so skilled and experienced defenseman, acquired from the trade from the New York Rangers, as it's handed over for Glendening. Save percentage is one of those. Is one of those categories that flutters depending upon it flutters depending upon games that have been played, and you have to remember that goaltenders face more shots than an offensive player will shoot as Sergachev shoots up high. And you have to also remember the longevity of the career that he had. I believe he played longer than he started the 92-93 season. Nemestikov passes it off. Gretzky started the 79-80 season, so on. Gretzky played for 19 seasons, right? And Brodeur played from 93-94, 92-93, so he played for 22 years. Patrick Waugh is higher? Okay, well, that's also, and Waugh played longer, so that's the idea of the longevity with that's the save percentage. And also, the save percentage will be better off of teams that score a lot more, because teams that score a lot more mean that usually you're not facing a lot of shots and you're not dependent on higher. Those Montreal Canadiens so offensively depth. You think of the Devils trap team, it's defend everything, block everything, shoot in and hit, and then we need your goalie to make a lot of saves. So that's the object on that. Here's Coleman tied up. Coleman passed to the goal. Saved by Grice. No rebound. With 11:41 to go, he'll hold play. You'll see I'll have an argument for everything on that one. So 2-1. Lightning have the lead, and they look at the first goal that happened the other night by Cal Foote, son of Adam. Lightning with the lead.
With a lineup that's got every hockey fan shouting. It all begins with NHL Now, setting up the day with news and buzz.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Followed by live look-ins and breakdowns on NHL Tonight.
The big picture perspective.
And On the Fly wraps up the night with all the highlights and news.
Every game and every point matters.
The championship team is here. All season long on NHL Network.
Hockey fans, gear up at NHLShop.com. The largest assortment of NHL fan gear anywhere. Every NHL team and all the players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. NHLShop.com. A Fanatics experience.
History doesn't just live in the past. It's all around us. And Black History is building the future every day.
But a save percentage is a percentage. It doesn't have to do with longevity. No, but it flutters up and down depending on games. You have to think of the amount of games. The percentage has to do with the amount of games played. It has to do with what percentage of pucks you stop. I think that's the best indication of how good a goalie is. I think it has to do with their success. I don't agree with straight up statistical numbers. I think you have to look at the success of a player, because we're talking about greatest player of all time, the success of a player and what they've meant to their sport. And I'm not saying Wayne Gretzky's number 5. I said Wayne Gretzky's number 2. The only guy who's better. He's the best skater of all time that's ever played the game. He's just not the best player of all time. Technically, Brodeur is also a skater, but those are non-goalies.
Couldn't do much better than the Sedins and the moves that Brian Burke made to draft him second and third overall. That's why they wore numbers 22 and 33 for being second.
Shot in and a glove save on Vasilevsky. Red Wings keep it through. It's talking about all brothers that have been drafted and how good they've been. You think of the Sutters. You think of the Twins, and you think of the Foots. Though Cal Foot was traded. I forget where, but he was traded, but he's drafted by Tampa. And Nolan Foot's still here. Nolan was traded. Cal's still here. Scored the goal the other night. His Braden Point moving in after the Lightning were able to stifle off a bit of a Red Wing attack. And it's handed back in front. Shot Collard off his stick. Fending off the Tampa Bay Storm is the goaltender Grice. As McDonough takes a hit. And now over to Chernak from point. Here's Chernak from the right boards. Chernak shoots it through. Again, yes, true. Yes, that's true, but again, that's team success. You have to really look at the context of how it's been of how everything's been played, as that's a save made by Vasilevsky. You have to think about it. Also, the 80s didn't have – you think about when Gretzky played, he didn't have to play against the best forward every night because the team was so the league wasn't as talent-driven back then. He didn't have to play against the best defenseman every night, and Marty Brodeur had to play every night, and in those Devils heyday years, almost every single night against the best player, the best offensive player, the best defensive player. You have to remember he played in the 80s where, it was physical. Well, not the 80s. He played in the early 90s where it was very physical, but still there were some great scorers. He played in the 90s where they were great, and early 2000s where they were great scorers, but fantastic defensemen and just a physical play where he would get hit in the head. And defensemen also. Remember the whole Gretzky rule because McSorley protected him and would fight anybody that touched him. That Brodeur would get hit in the head and Gretzky would not. Also, I don't know if you know that. I always learned as a kid the Gretzky rule, meaning the league said nobody touch Gretzky. We need to preserve him. Nobody touch him. There was no Gretzky rule. That was actually false. What it was if anybody tried to touch him, they had absolute enforcers on that Edmonton team, on those Edmonton teams, and also on the Kings as well. Didn't have them as much in the 90s with the Rangers and the Blues, but there was no need because it was a super physical league back then, but there were no true – there are not a lot of real enforcers, just physical guys that cut your head off but still could score goals. And he had the respect anyway. There's a pass back, drop the lawn. And if you want to do team success on that argument as well, William, Brodeur, what did he miss? How many years? I don't want to say 2 or 3 years missed in the playoffs. And this is the 90s hockey I'm talking about as they're showing right now the highlights of Adam Foote. As he just went to commercial for some reason, but for Colorado. No, but I like this. This is an agree to disagree point. And I believe that you should always have this discussion, and you see it in the NBA all the time, right? Like, who's greater, Larry Bird or Steph Curry or LeBron or Michael Jordan? And a lot of people say, number one, Michael Jordan, but other people say this, and you don't see it in the NHL too much. And I like to have this discussion where not everyone is completely sure, because there are huge hockey pundits that believe Bobby Orr is the greatest player of all time. I don't believe he's the greatest defenseman of all time, but definitely one of the greatest, definitely top 10 player of all time, Bobby Orr. This is why we have these discussions. And if you want to think I'm over the wall for not thinking he's the top defenseman, I'm going to say some stupid player, Lidstrom is what I said. But look at the statistics there as well. The longevity also favors the Red Wings defenseman.
The official app of the NHL.
I'd say they're about the same. No? Yager on points?
9:08 to go. The Red Wings
Isn't he down by 50 wins, Wah? Wah's down by like a lot at second place.
Dylan Larkin doesn't look any work for work yet. After that,
And you have to remember that
first game of Tampa.
Wah set the all-time mark, and Wah had 2 more years left in the league, and Brodeur hadn't hit that mark, and he hit it later on. And also, let's think of this. Wah hit the all-time wins mark when there were 2 years as McDonough shoots and deflected at a stoppage. I'll explain my argument on that. And stopped by Grice as he'll glove it down, and Gord tried to get it on goal, leading by 4 on shots, Lightning, and leading by 1 on goals. But which is a team stat. Wins is a team stat. But wins has to do with you because as you said earlier, the argument that you said earlier was what? Wins is how many goals you score, right? Wins is how many goals you score. So who's going to stop the amount of goals? The goaltender. So Wah to get wins in the league, set the record, and he only had 2 more years left in the NHL. Brodeur had like 7, I think. So he set the record and then had more and more years. Also, if you want to do team statistics, Brodeur has the most wins in a single season by any goaltender. There's only one other player that's tied that record, never broken it, tied that record, and that was in 2016 by Braden Holtby, who's another guy who's going to be a Hall of Famer that's not going to be coming close to that record. Like a ton of players that are going to the Hall of Fame, as a Red Wing got just absolutely vaulted into the bench, and that was Larkin. 50-50 offense, defense, but who decides it? The goaltender. Not necessarily, because that offense is going to sputter at some point. And if that offense sputters in the playoffs and not in the regular season, then the next season it'll sputter. A goaltender can be consistent. Players can be all-time in offense, but an offense itself is going to have issues. Like, case in point, you want to talk about that? The 2015-16 Capitals President's Trophy winners, where he tied the record with 49, Holtby did, and that was a tremendous offensive team. But they sputtered offensively in the playoffs, and Holtby wasn't as good the previous year, and the offense wasn't as good the previous year. Vasilevsky pinned behind his net. 7:40 to go in the third. Puck will be lined all the way down and icing against Tampa as Merrill will touch.
Red Wing fans, this year's pocket schedule have gone digital. Find all your game day information for the latest team news to start.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm probably not going to make you make you change your opinion, but I'll tell you this: you're not going to make me change mine. But I like this. I like this discussion. This is a good, healthy discussion. Larkin complaining to the ref that he won the face-off, that it's legal. Well, they said no. Stamkos, Larkin. The face-off circle. I'm really wondering if Larkin, if not Larkin, if Stamkos was going to start after he was injured for most of the year and only most of the playoffs and that regular season last year, and only played one game in the final, game 2, and he scored a goal that tied the series and helped the team. But you felt that maybe the length of this offseason helped the idea that the Lightning would have Stamkos from opening night. If you win a game, the offense gets half the credit. Goalie defense gets half the credit. Statistically, yes, but who is really? But who? But if you want to do that number, who gets the win stat? Not all the offensive players. I don't see a thing that says Wayne Gretzky had. I don't know how many wins he had in his career. That's the other thing. I can't tell you how many wins Gretzky had in his career. I could specifically, statistically let you know how many Grant Fuhr had, for example, his goaltender. Or Mike Richter. Or Casey. Any of his goalies. Felix Potvin. Any of them. I wouldn't say it determines who's the better goalie point blank, but I would say it's a very big factor. From Bobby Ryan and now Stetcher at center ice. And Stetcher dropped it through the center as well. And offside. 6:31 to go in the third. With the Red Wings down a goal. You also have to look at goalie average as well. And again, the save percentage, it dips because of, I said, longevity, and also because of the way a track team works. Have to understand how a track team works. They're not going to score a ton of goals and give you that thought, which means that you're going to let it. And also at the end of his career, when the Devils didn't have a track team, but their offense wasn't as good as here goes Fabry coming down and pass in front. Instead of shooting it, he passed it to the goal. And the Red Wings come back at center. Another of those glorious scoring chances, but nothing there. I would say percentage, goalie average, and wins are 33 percentile. And then probably your team success and domestic goal tips to the goal and went wide. And the Lightning will bring it off the left wall again, drop pass, and move through. Controlled Domestikov, got it away. Sam Gagner from the boards, trying to pass in front, but it was tied off the stick of Helm. Here comes Merrill. John Merrill shoots wide. And there's Domestikov back to the line, trying to keep in. Not able to. Speeding after it is Cirelli. Good play to tie him up. From the other side, here comes Darren Helm. Helm moves off, took a big hit by McDonough. And here's Patrick Maroon, and he hands off. 4:52 left in the third. Lightning 2, Red Wings 1. Poke checked off the stick of Helm, and then a good pass from Christian Juice. Red Wings move to center ice again. And throw it in off the left boards. Hit by Ernie and a big check. And the Lightning will move it up again. Jan Ruda, who takes a hit from Glendening. Maroon, who takes a hit from Glendening. Maroon off of Gaudreau. And here's Philip Hronek and Adam Ernie away from the COVID protocol as it's gloved back by Ruda away from Smith. Devontae Smith, and here's McDonough. McDonough, great pass over to Matthew Joseph. Joseph holds on the right circle. Joseph back. Joseph hands it off. Shernack shoots. Deflected away. Big hit. The turnover. Joseph blocked. Palat off his stick. And then off of Smith. And now the Red Wings try to chase the center and take it away by Shernack. And now Larkin a hit on Shernack. Shernack gets it back.
Backhanded in by Andre Palat. 7th-round pick in 2011.
Hey, GDD Games. Big hit by Chernak from the boards. And a Detroit player has been hit hard high, and it is Sam Gagner. And will they call a penalty here? Not sure. He needs medical attention.
So as they attend to Sam Gagner.
We're going to go to commercial here with Lightning leading by 1 with 3:42 to go in the third. I'm not even going to argue about save percentage anymore because I have reiterated my argument on save percentage. I'll say it one more time, but I'm not going to say it again. You know what? I'm not going to say it again. 33% I give each team. If you look at just anyway, the 33% look at, I would give them 33% on each three, and then you also have to look at how they impacted the game and all of that. I see that the goalie average is up where it can be. You have to also understand that it's a harder position to play. So, and this is for a goaltender, the era that Brodeur played in, that was the toughest era a goalie could play from like that era on. So like for a scorer like a Gretzky, you would have looked at his career maybe even better if he had played 2-1. Sorry we keep talking about this so much. 2-1 Lightning with 3:42 left, but there might be an injury to Gagner. If Gretzky had played in the 1940s, the 30s and the 40s, as Gagner is arguing about something.
A couple of wins, Detroit with a couple, so no one thought Ottawa would beat Montreal and come out of that.
Not sure what. I think he's yelling at the trainer. He wants to still be out there. And the trainer that you got to go to the locker room to get looked at. But as that's that hit from behind by Chernak. That was not a good era for scorers. Really, if you look at it, it was not a great era for scorers. And if Gretzky had played, that's the kind of thing you look at how when Brodeur played, and it was a bad era for goalies. All right, that's your honest opinion. I'm fine with that. 4. Okay, that's fine. And I told you, I'm not putting Gretzky anything lower than 2. I'd put him at 2.
3:25 to go in the third.
Bryce hands it off. Here's Mantha.
Mantha swings it wide for Christian Juice.
Throwing it over for Juice. And now Fabry from Hedman and over away.
Up with Gord. Boudreau goes to the bench on a change.
Back from the right boards. And Fabry shoots in through. And a high stick penalty coming up, or just a high stick, not a penalty. And soon, Greiss, as good as he's been, they're going to have to think about pulling the goaltender. Pulling Greiss. When this game is done, we'll commentate 2 other games going on in the league. The 7 o'clock games, Nashville and Florida, and the other one being Boston and Philadelphia.
In overtime against Columbus. So they've been in it, but the power play has to come through.
Puck thrown in from the corner. Sergachev battles away from Helm. Stamkos still trying to poke away at it. Glendening held up by Stamkos. And now Merrill. We're back for Glendening.
That was Chris Rooney.
Stahl tried to poke check it away. As before the referee, or never mind, Glendening trying to go down and grab it. Can't. Lightning pull to center. Chernak shoots in, and Greiss is out of his net.
Back to Stamkos.
Merrill, a check, and now shot in.
Glendening is on him.
To go grab it, Hedman. Who pitches it away?
That change there for the Lightning.
And the Lightning tried to go make a line change, and the Red Wings came back for it, but able to move it around. Here's Killorn, drops it off in the center, and the glove down. Juice trying to keep it in. The former Washington Capital takes a hit at the Tampa bench, and the puck comes to center. And a 2-on-1 for the Lightning. Moving in, they've got Killorn holding. Johnson shooting, save, and cleared down the center by the Red Wings. 1:35 to go in the third. Tampa Bay 2, Detroit 1, and you know Bryce wants to leave as soon as he can. Has not been given the go-ahead yet. Now he doesn't get it yet as it's pitched in for McDonough. Chernak, now he will. 6-on-5 coming up, and the Lightning will move it out over, trying to shoot for the goal. Can't get it. Bobby Ryan, a good hit on Cirelli. Cirelli back in front. Cirelli still off his forehand to his backhand and controlled from the wall, taken by Chernak. Chernak, Bobby. And checked away Killorn. He got hit by Juice. Sedina now. Final minute of play in the period. Red Wings trying desperately to get this puck out. Bobby Ryan backhands it through the center and intercepted again and flipped down the ice in the Lightning change. Right at the goal mouth. Taken by Christian Juice. A 6-on-5 for the Red Wings to try to tie it. Juice shoots in. Taken by Gaudreau. And now a hit from the boards. Juice. And now Mantha. Mantha shoots it up high for a glove. Lightning will get it to center. Then pass it over for the left board. Shoot for the empty net. They score. Gaudreau scores his second and his second straight. Gaudreau just lines it from the blue line and in the goal. Red Wings will move it in, and it looks like the drought is going to continue in Tampa. For the second straight time, they're going to lose to the Lightning. And for what feels like it's been forever, they're going to still be on a losing streak in this building. They're going to get 2 more cracks in this Amalie Arena in the regular season. And 2 more cracks and 4 more cracks against this team at the Pizza Box. But this one really stings because the Red Wings played really well for most of the game. Lightning will pitch this to center, and that is going to end it. 3-1, Tampa wins. 2 goals by Gaudreau, including the first one being the game winner. Tampa doesn't play altogether that great, but they find a way to beat the Red Wings and Detroit on an 8-game losing streak.
Kenny, thanks. We knew it was going to be tough. We didn't think it was going to be this tough. So on it goes. The 2-year heck since the last win for the Red Wings in Tampa. Philip Sedina playing for the first time in 17 games. Gave the team some nice lift early on and did the penalty kill against one of the most potent power plays in all of hockey.
1-goal games in Philadelphia and in Boston. Florida leads by 1. Bruins lead by 1. We will go to, let's just see which game looks like it has the least amount of time in it, but that's not like riding killer. 5:14, 4:34. Okay. We're going to go to Florida and Nashville. And then we'll go to the end of the Bruins-Flyers game. And that's a commercial. Okay. It just came back. Something happened with the NHL thing I was using. I will Be right there to stream in 1 second. Not stream, but have the game. So just hold on there. Predators scored late to tie it last night with a minute left. .421 or 4:16 remaining in the third right now. Back on across from Stroman Granlund. I'll keep you updated on the other game going on as Ellis shoots blocked. That shot in front also blocked. Taken away Roman Josi. Backhands in behind the goal. Offside coming against in the other game. There's a chance in front. Nashville still going away with it. And another save made by Drieger, I think, is the goaltender. And it just went underneath with the Predators trying to tie it. Also watching on my phone right now the Bruins-Flyers game. And apparently a huge check occurred. Oh, no, penalty against Boston, actually. Voracek got ripped down. It looks like they'll call a penalty on Craig Smith because he tore down Jacob Voracek. Yeah, I saw that. Nathan, we're done with that game right now, broadcasting mainly Florida and Nashville, and we'll try to do some of the Boston-Philly game too. Then predictions, then we're done. I'll be live tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern time for Maple Leafs and Canucks. And hit Beeger, and a shot wide. Encircled and kept in by Ekholm. And shot to the boards out there. Tolmanen is there. Oh, finally Eli Tolmanen into the league. I remember Eli Tolmanen was there forever in the American Hockey League. Trade bait too, but never went to the NHL. But they said that he was going to be this guy that was a game-changing offensive player, the Finn. And this will be icing against Florida. Flyers just had a shot on goal in the power play with 3:24 left, but Rask swallowed it up, so it's still 2-1 Boston. Hands off Ellis, shot! Deflected high and out of play.
Yeah, they're winning the draws, goalie. That's one of their main concerns for the Panthers right now. I mean, they can't. Barkov's jumping over the boards. They can't have Barkov.
Few fans in here in Florida watching this game. It's going to be pretty exciting when the Florida Panthers play the Lightning, knowing that in both buildings the teams will have fans. Off the circle, and we'll have to do it again.
In his second back-to-back, defense minutes tonight have been fairly even for the Panthers. And Achari wins.
Face-off came off the circle, came off the boards, and it's going to spin all the way down. Here's a chance for Hagee off his stick and wide. Verhage with it, passed it, trying to get to Barkov. And dropped it in through again to Claire. He'll tie up his stick and go for it. Predators will move it. Ellis away from Forsberg and take it back by Roman Josi. Josi shoots. That pass taken away. Ray Johansson shooting it in. 2:17 left on the power play. Oh, no, 2:17 left in the game. 16. That game looks like it'll end before this game does. So everybody knows this. Here's Ekholm. He takes a hit. Oh, there were 2 goals late. I only saw the 1 goal, but apparently there were 2 goals late that Nashville scored. And also, yesterday you saw about the St. Louis, Arizona game with all those goals late where an empty netter ended up being the game winner. And the 3-0, how that deficit was crawled back because of the extra net power play stuff at St. Louis. Flyers have emptied their net. They're shooting for the goal to tie it. Dropped it off back and centered it again. Panthers try to take it through to center. Nashville should work about emptying their net soon. Puck came to Rask and he stopped it with 1:29 left. Philly might call timeout. Back from the boards, it's taken away by Yossi. And now 90 seconds left in the period. Florida 2, Nashville 1. Taken away, Ekblad to push it across. The goalie is not left, I don't believe, yet. Not yet, but he is. Pecorine is way out of his crease. Has not left. Once the puck is in clean Nashville possession, he will leave. He still has not left. Puck to center again. Off the blue line, and Barkov trying to take it away. Verhaeghe, pass in front off the stick of DeClaire, and the Predators motor it through. They know they've got to get out. They've got to get out quickly. This is bad time management by the Predators. Here's Pecorine coming to the bench. Extra attacker on for Nashville. Moves in, back over, pass over by Drieger. And for the line, Barkov takes a hit. Back dropped in again. DeClaire tries to go take it. And Yossi backhands it through the center, but Barkov not able to go get the empty net. 27 seconds left in the third period. Taken away by Ellis. Ryan Ellis shoots it past that center. And trying to take a man there. Viger will shoot this back again, and a turnover. And a shot save made as there's a penalty coming up or something. Yeah, penalty coming up against the Panthers. And a lot of stuff happened. The puck was going down the ice. The Predators had a break, and I think the Panthers thought that this was an offside. A slashing call against Ekblad. And so the face-off to be in front of Drieger, and that's tie game right on the stick of, who was that, Holla?
Slashing call on Ekblad here with
8.7 is added to the clock, so the power play and a timeout taken by Nashville. 1 minute left in the Bruins game, 2-1 still. The Bruins have their the Bruins are now trying to win it, and the Flyers have their net empty still.
Sissons 4:04 into the game. Barkov and then Verhaeghe in the second.
both games.
Flyers are cycling the puck, if anyone's wondering.
Win the possession of the puck, and B, if you don't. It's that simple.
Icing against Boston with 31.2 to go. They'll probably call timeout as they tried to go for 3-1 in the empty net. Remember, all goals in that game, Philadelphia and Boston, were scored in the third period. Drieger barking about something. Panthers have to win the next 8.7. Predators have to win the face-off and get some shots. Tied up the face-off. Predators have to get something quickly. Shot to the circle. Here's Yossi. Backhands in front. Deflected away. And shot down the boards. And the Panthers win. 10 seconds left in the Flyers game. Move down the ice. And it'll be icing against Boston with 6.9. We're going to go right to that game. Big face-off win, taken back over for Konechny. Now Sanheim, 2 seconds to go. Sanheim shoots, deflected wide. Flyers shoot at the horn, and it gets torn away. Bruins win, and they have gotten the best record in the National Hockey League. They sit atop the NHL. Only 3 goals were scored in the third period. 2 of them by Boston, 1 of them by the Flyers, and the Bruins sweep Philadelphia. And what a huge win for Boston.
But their stick-to-itiveness and the fact that they know how good they are in the third period pays off again. Dale? Ooh, I might steal that one, Jack. This Bruins win is driven by your local New England.
So that's the end of that. Let's do some quick predictions for tomorrow. And also, I'm sorry if I keep saying fur, not for. 2 early games. Devils, Rangers, Bruins, Sabres were suspended. Also, Minnesota, Arizona which was also supposed to be an early game, and also Colorado St. Louis. There's supposed to be a ton of games tomorrow. There will be more. Montreal, Ottawa. Oh, and I remember our one of the friends who stopped by yesterday and rated is going to be streaming that game tomorrow, and I am definitely going to stop by and watch. Absolutely. But Montreal and Ottawa, Canadians win 3-2 in overtime. Goal going to be Anderson who scores. Arizona St. Louis, which got moved up instead of the Arizona Minnesota game. So the Blues will win 4-2. Game-winning goal scored by Perron. And make that Kyrou. Also, Kevin Durant's out for COVID protocols. Any of you basketball fans out there, make that Jordan Kyrou again, his third game winner of the year. New York Islanders and Pittsburgh Penguins, 3-0. New York wins. Anders Lee, game winner. Who else? Battle of Alberta. Flames win 4-2 to Chuck. San Jose, Anaheim. Ducks win Comtois. 3-1. Canucks versus Maple Leafs. Canucks win 5-4 in overtime. Game-winning goal going to be Peterson. All right. See you tomorrow for 7 o'clock Eastern time. I'll also be recording my radio show then tomorrow as well. See you tomorrow, 7 o'clock Eastern time for the Vancouver Canucks, Toronto Maple Leafs. Good night, everybody. Happy hockey every